Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Las Vegas Casino podcast. I promised I was going to talk about some of my trip that I just took this past week to Las Vegas, including about the two new shows that I just saw there. So, the first show I'm going to talk about here has to do with the Sin City Comedy Club, which ties into the comedic factor that I love seeing there in Vegas. I love the comedy shows. Those are probably my mantra now every time I go to Vegas because of the new, fresh comics that keep things new. The stuff doesn't get old because even if you go a different week, if you go to the same place, same time, you'll have a whole new set of comics, so you'll enjoy a whole new experience. And in this case, this is the first time I've ever been to the Sin City Comedy Club, which is located there in Planet Hollywood. Once again, Planet Hollywood to the rescue. They have a whole mantra of shows to see there. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to any other place in the world that has so many shows that I've gone to see. And even to this day, I still haven't seen all of their shows. So they have a whole bunch of stuff to see there. So kudos to them for keeping up the great work. Sin City Comedy Club is again in Planet Hollywood. Whenever you walk in, it's going to be a little tucked away. Walk into any of the main entrances and then you have to go to the second floor. So take any of the escalators up to the second floor, and then there, just a little bit on a corner before you go into the shopping mall center area, that's where you see the Sin City Comedy Club. It's again a little bit tucked away. They have good prices on tickets. Anything involving the tickets you can get Groupons for. You can also I think get free tickets outside Planet Hollywood itself. Free is a loose term because those free tickets that are being given out by the members of Planet Hollywood, you have to buy a minimum of one drink in order to get the ticket, and the drink itself is about $14. So that's how they make up their money. But in my case, I always get the VIPs, so it doesn't matter to me about anything involving free as long as I get to stay up front, like on the front row. So yeah, the Sin City Comedy Club. This was a place that I've been there before whenever I went to see the Murray show there in Planet Hollywood. And here, now, at a different time period later on in the day, this is when the show comes out. If I recall correctly, I think it's at 8:30 at night. So it's not too late, but it's not too early. So it still allows you some time in the evening to get some things done before the show. And the way the show works, and this was new to me, I've never been to this kind of show when it comes to burlesque shows. They have something there in terms of burlesque dancers. For those of you not know, burlesque are the type of shows where the pretty women come out and they're usually scantily clad, and they have either a routine where they're dancing to some music, or in some cases they do choreography. And the whole idea is that throughout the set, they start having less and less clothes until, in some cases, they have nothing, at least in terms of the top. This one, though, was not advertised as a nudity show, but I was surprised towards the end because I wasn't expecting it. But here's what happened. So the show starts, and I was surprised also by the fact that there was only one comedian throughout the entire show. Normally, when it comes to comedy shows there in Vegas, it's three. I don't know why three is the magic number, but it tends to be three. There's always the person that's considered the host or the narrator for the show. He comes out and then he does a couple of minutes and then he introduces the second guest, and then a second guest comes out, does a couple of things, and then they introduce the headliner, which is the third guest, and then that's it, the show's over. But in this case, it had to do with the whole notion that there was only one comedian, and I think this is actually abnormal because in looking at some of the reviews for Sin City Comedy Club, others have mentioned that there were three guests, but in my case I only had one. So maybe two other people canceled, or maybe two other people couldn't be found. But in any case, this guy that was up there, I can't quite remember his name, but he was the whole hour. And he was fine. He was pretty funny. He warmed up. He did a couple of jokes. A lot of his jokes were visual. Some of his jokes were towards the audience himself, like picking on some of the audience members, but not too much, not too crass or anything like that. So he was pretty good. The new aspect again had to do with the burlesque portion. So in this case, the show starts off with we have a burlesque dancer And when she comes out, there's two of them. The first one comes out, she does her routine. She has only like a couch in the middle of the set, and then little by little, of course, her clothes start coming off more and more, and then finally, the show her stint ended with her like resting provocatively on the couch. She was very pretty too. I mean, obviously sitting on the front row has its advantage, but she did not get nude, which again I was not expecting on that. And then the comedian came out again, did some more of his routine, and then he ended it with the new other burlesque dancer. And so the second one came out and she did her shtick for a couple of minutes, and then little by little, the more clothes she got off, it finally was to the point where she was in her bra and panties. And then at the very end, as the music was finishing, as the act was finishing, then that's when she took off her top, like she took off her bra, and she was only in her panties. I wasn't expecting this because again, this was not advertised as a nudity show, and I hadn't seen it advertised as nudity. Other shows will promptly display it as such. Anything else involving, like let's say fantasy or Zumanity, they'll always advertise themselves as nudity, but not in this case. So that was quite a good surprise to see something like that. And again, being a front row definitely had its advantages there as well. And then after the show finished, the comedian and the two dancers, they were outside to greet some of the people. So it was good seeing them there. But yeah, overall it was a good experience. Highly recommended Sin City Comedy Club. The tickets are great, very affordable. My VIP tickets I think were in the $25-$30 range, somewhere around there, and you also get free popcorn and a free drink with it. So I was pleasantly surprised with what I got there. And the location again is phenomenal. There being in Planet Hollywood, the comedian was great. I didn't really appreciate, I guess, the full experience with having two other comedians, so three in total. It was just one guy, so I can't really rate it on a three-comedian show. But otherwise, he did a good job for the entire hour. And then, of course, the ladies, they were beautiful, very stunning. And then especially with the last girl getting down to just her panties, it was a great show. So highly recommended Sin City Comedy Club. Obviously not for the kiddies or anything else involving younger people there, and anything involving the show. It's not too late. It's 8:30. I don't go to any other shows that are like past 10 o'clock. To me, that's a little different. That's when a whole different set of people come out at night there in Vegas, and I don't want to be involved in that set. So 8:30 is perfect for those of you singles or couples or anyone else younger or older who are still trying to just enjoy a good time without things getting too rowdy later on at night. 8:30 is a perfect time for that. So all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.